Hello, this is Gareth, and welcome to GPC Season 6, Week 5 actually. So Week 5, I didn't upload last week because I just, personal things and stuff and life things, but so we're gonna have a whole bunch of uploads coming your way. No, I'm not gonna finish that, but so yeah, I'm gonna be uploading this week's match against Gareth, then I'm going to upload my TBU match against Kyle, and then I'm going to upload my Week 6 GPC match against Aster. And hopefully we can get them all up today. Possibly might have to get one or two up tomorrow, but we'll see how it goes. But so yeah, we're gonna this one up now. All my graphic stuff are all done and everything. So everything's there. Just gotta record it and edit and everything. So yeah. Anyway, so yeah, Gareth had a really poor start to the season. Actually, 0-4 going into this game. So yeah, he really wants to get some wins so he doesn't get relegated, and I hope he doesn't get relegated. I don't want you to get relegated, Gary. But anyway, however, that doesn't mean we're gonna show mercy because we're the Tynamos. We don't have a history of winning, but we want to create a history of winning. So yeah, so let's go into what we have. So first up, we have Mega Charizard X, Sub DD, Flare Blitz, Earthquake, Dragon Dance, and yeah, this thing was pretty much what I noticed is that Arcanine, Vaporeon, Serena, and that's it. All of them, actually, potentially even Electivire. All of them just pretty much lose to Sub-Zard. Like they can't really break its sub, so it can just set up a sub, set up a DD, and then pretty much just win if I'm able to get enough Dragon Dances up. Because really, his only priority is Toxicroak, which I can play around with a sub, with a Sucker Punch, and Arcanine, which, of course, look how much investment I have. It really won't make much of a difference, but so yeah, pretty much my plan was, set up a few Dragon Dances and then just win. I actually originally had Dragon Claw on here with instead of sub for Noivern, but then I was like, you know what? Noivern dies after rocks to a +1 Flare Blitz anyway, so I don't really need that, so yeah. Next up, we have Rizzicow. And this is a Stealth Rock, Milk Drink, Body Slam, and Toxic. Really just Stealth Rock and Milk Drink, really all I needed, as well as just a good switch into in case he's offensive Arcanine, and really just in general, he has a lot of stuff that really just can't really do much to Miltank, such as Slam Slash or Steelix or Gigalith, and so yeah, Miltank's just like a solid switch into that. It's got the Body Slam because, of course, hacks and hits most of its team, and then Toxic because stuff like Vaporeon or Arcanine will get worn down by it, and that'll be nice and fine. I originally had a T-Wave on here just in case Dodrio got out of hand, but then I was like, I'm not going to give it really a good chance to set up an SD, so it's not worried about that much. And next up, we have Choice Banded Dugtrio Adamant with Earthquake, Sucker Punch, Aerial Ace, and Memento. Really, all I wanted with this thing was just to trap guard and kill it, which Adamant, Choice Band, Earthquake is a guarantee, even if he's like max HP, I'm pretty sure. And yeah, that was basically all I wanted this thing for. Of course, it also helped with the Gigalith. Yeah, helped with the Gigalith and the Arcanine as well, but it was mainly just for a guard, so I just put pretty much filler moves in here. I got Sucker Punch just in case, like I said, maybe possibly Dodrio gets out of hand. Or he also has the Noivern, which outspeeds and kills Dugtrio, so I could have a chance against that. And yeah, and then finally we also have Aerial Ace. That's just for Serena, and then we have Memento because I didn't really need any more coverage, so I was like, let's put up Memento. It'll help Zard set up a sub and sweep, possibly if things go wrong. Next up, we have Max Spadef, Subseed, Celesteela, and like with Zard, this thing just sets up subs on a lot of stuff. I probably should have EV'd it to outspeed Vaporeon, but yeah, this thing could pretty much just set up a sub and Leech Seed and then just stall out a lot of his team. And Heavy Slam and Earthquake hits everything, like literally everything, so that was pretty nice. And next up we have Feeney with enough speed to outspeed Arcanine with no investment, and it's got the Surf, Moonblast, Defog, and Taunt. Pretty much what I bring like every week, because it's really what Feeney does best. There's really not much reason to really run another set unless you want to run like Calm Mind or something. But I don't know, this like just Taunt, Defog, 2 attacks is just amazing. So next up we have Weavile with enough speed to outspeed God, what was it? Not Noivern, because I have Ice Shard for that. It was oh god, I can't even think of it now. Oh, Dodrio. Pretty sure it's Dodrio. And so yeah, I went Jolly over Adamant because I wanted some HP investment so I could have an easier time setting up SDs, because it'll easily be able to set up a Swords Dance on a Vaporeon as long as I don't get burned. So I could just go for that and then potentially just sweep with that. So really just a lot of options just to kind of like destroy his team here, mainly with Charizard and Weavile. So yeah, so let's see how things went. As here's his team. He didn't bring the what was it? He didn't bring the Sarina, which I was kind of expecting, because he doesn't really have any way to remove hazards, which is bad because his main check for Zard is an Arcanine. I guess Gigalith is a check too, but it gets worn down really quickly. And yeah, that was really the only, oh, and Dodrio, because Dodrio actually did give me a lot of trouble if I let it set up, so I was kind of afraid of that as well. But yeah, so anyway, let's go into the battle. As I lead off with Feeney, as he leads off with Electivire. I lead off with Feeney just in case he leads off with Gigalith, because I don't really want it getting up rocks, because I'd rather prevent it getting rocks, because you know, not having rocks is better than having rocks against you and forcing it to remove it later. Because leave the Electivire as he actually was predicting the Dugtrio, but I didn't know what investment he had in Gigalith, so I didn't know if Earthquake would have killed or not. So I just decided to leave with Feeney because I actually do have switches for Electivire and Miltank. So Miltank's just gonna eat up that wild charge easily, as I'm just gonna get my rocks here, I believe. Yeah, as he goes into his Gigalith, and I'm just gonna get up rocks, which is really nice. And here I'm actually going to try to get the Toxic off, and it actually misses. And then he misses a Stone Edge. So, you know, like what else would you expect with us? As I go for Toxic again, and that was, if Toxic hit the first time, that'd be really nice because I'd know that Misty Terrain. But the thing is, like I know that Toxic doesn't work in Misty Terrain. However, the reason I went for that was because I thought, because I completely forgot that Misty Terrain is still up because the Sandstorm animation overlaps it. So, yeah, that took me by a bit by surprise. So, oops, what you gonna do? As he gets his rocks up, unfortunately. As I'm just gonna Body Slam here, and wear out the Misty Terrain. He missed Stone Edge again, so lucky for me there. As here I'm just gonna get up my own Toxic as he goes into Noivern. And here I'm just going to be able to easily set up with, or switch into Feeney, because Feeney's Spadef to handle this thing, so, yeah, it does not really care. Yeah, it just eats up that Dragon Meteor, and then, Noivern really just can't touch this thing, so I'm going to go for the, Defog here. Or no, I'm going to go for the Moonblast, my bad. Go for the Moonblast, drop the, Vaporeon's attack, and then I can taunt it, so, that's why I put Taunt in here, because with Taunt, this thing is able to just straight up 1v1 Vaporeon, like, no problem. And here I believe I go for the Moonblast. Yes, I go for the Moonblast again because I knew that he probably would be predicting the Defog there, and I knew that this Electivire had an Air Balloon that I wanted to get rid of as soon as possible. So I do end up doing that, which is nice, and getting that thing worn down a bit. And so he's going to go for the Wild Charge again, which does quite a bit of damage. However, Rizzy Cow does not really care. It can eat up those Wild Charge for days. And here I do predict the switch, I believe, and I do go for the Toxic this time, with the Misty Terrain not up. So yeah, the Gigalith is down here, and then here, oh, get out of here, Tweet Deck. Get out. And here I wanted to go for the Milk Drink, because, like, you know what, he might go, you know, I mean, I'm at full health, but like Body Slam's not gonna do anything. So let's just not go for the Milk Drink. Let's just not be that guy. So I do go for the Body Slam, and then he crits me. So I was like, okay. I mean, I should have gone for the Milk Drink. I guess that was the play, but there goes me trying to be nice and not be a dick, and then just you know, it goes against me. So what you gonna do? Anyway, so yeah, so we'll take you guys to the sandstorm. However, here I'm just able to come up with Gigalith and then trap this thing. So there's a Zard check number 1, completely gone as he goes into a Vaporeon here. I knew there was a chance that I could take this thing out with Earthquake, I'm pretty sure. However, I didn't want to risk that. Because Feeny is just really a safe switch into this thing every time. As here I believe I do go for the Moonblast. Yes, I do go for the Moonblast, just in case he tried to go into Electivire. Actually, I do get switched right back out into Dugtrio, which is a bit unfortunate. However, it's nice because I wouldn't go into Zard. Switch to the Wish, and I believe I actually go for the Defog here, finally? Do I? No, I just go for the Moonblast again, yeah. I really just did not want the E-Fire switching in whatsoever. So here we'll go into the Celesteela, because this thing is also with Spit F, AF. He goes for the Hyper Voice, which doesn't really do much. And I'm going to go for the Heavy Slam here, making the safe play. Because I knew that Guard could possibly get T-Bolt, and I was kind of afraid of that, so I didn't really want that to happen. And here I do set up the sub, because really this thing can't break my subs, so I can just kind of stall it out a bit, see what it's going to do. As it does go for the Roar, which is okay, as I don't go out, as it doesn't pull me out to Zard again, which is really, really nice. And here he does go for the Scald, which is A-okay, because someone missed and I can't get burned, and I do actually taunt it this time. So that's really nice for me, and I believe I do finally go for... No, I don't. I just don't go for the Fog. I actually do switch out into Dugtrio. And yeah, that may seem like a risky play, and I know it is, but at the same time I was like, this Vaporeon is kind of crucial to him winning this game at this point. He's not going to leave it in just to get 1v1 by Feeny, because Skull does nothing. All it does is just get me back to the full and give me pretty much a free defog chance. So I was like, you know, there's no way he's staying in here. So he's either going into no, he's definitely going to Gardevoir, because Gardevoir is really his only switch into this thing, to Feeny. And so yeah, and I knew how much of a threat this thing could be, so I was like, you know what, let's make the ballsy play, let's go into Dugtrio, and it works out as I'm just going to be able to kill the Zard, or kill the Guard, which is really, really good at this point in the game. So I'm just going to go into Feeny here, because like I said, this thing can't really touch me, as the Hurricane does 45, which I guess is touching me, but you know, who cares. I actually do switch out into Celesteela at this point, because I don't want Feeny taking too much damage, as he does miss the Hurricane there, which is lucky for me. But I wanted to keep Feeny at some good health, because of course Vaporeon is still there, as well as Arcanine. As he does go for the Hurricane there, and I believe this thing was Specs, so I'm just going to set up the sub there, because I can. And then he does go into a Vaporeon here, and I'm just going to set up another Leech Seed, I believe. Yeah. And here I think I go for the Earthquake, because you can't really switch in anything on it, but it does roar me out, which is perfectly okay. As I do finally get roared into Zard, but it's okay because I have the Leech Seed up. And here I'm just free to set up, or not set up the sub, just go for the EQ, because I know this thing can roar me out again. As I'm going to Feeny this time, and this thing actually is in Moonblast range. However, I taunt it, because I just wanted that extra Leech Seed recovery, and to get back up to 82, which is really, really great. As here, I do stay in, and I did that because I knew that if he goes for the Wild Charge, it probably would take me out. However, it would take him out due to the recoil, and then I could just come in with Dugtrio and clean up the Arcanine, or actually Zard even. So I was not really afraid of that. So he does actually over predicting over the Ice Punch, but I really had no reason to switch out. Like, it was not worth risking Dugtrio at this point, because Feeny really, you know, Feeny does 1v1 Arcanine as far as I know, because I could have Wild Charge. I have no idea. I had no idea at this point. This was just a safe play, just to stay in and let either Feeny die or him make the over prediction. As he goes for the Morning Sun here, as I can just take this thing out 2 Surfs easily. And yeah, I'd actually never do end up going for Defog. I don't know why I thought I ever went for Defog in this match. I didn't, but but yeah. So Feeny's just gonna be able to clean up here, and yeah, that's game. So we do beat Gareth 5-0. Possibly could have been a 6-0. if Miltank never got critted, but who really knows. So yeah, we do beat Gareth. We do. How was it? Yeah, we won last week. So yeah, so this brings us back above 500 at 3-2, which is really, really nice. And I was gonna say next week we play Aster, but I already played Aster, so I know the outcome of that. But I'm not gonna spoil it. Instead, I'm gonna upload that one. Later, so we'll see that one. But yeah, get excited because they're playing Aster, trying to get revenge for last season when he critted me with that Doug trio at the end. Me and Doug trio are cool now. Dougie's made up, but yeah. So see what happens there. Thank you so much for watching. This has been Redfin, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.